So gets out of bed and goes to investigate in Apple Bloom's room. And now she has a third cutie mark, which is tap dancing, and now she can't stop. She's doing all three talents, and Applejack tries to hold her down to stop her, but the sheer talent just shakes her off. Apple Bloom can't be stopped. So they go to Twilight Sparkle to solve the problem, figuring she might be well read enough to figure this out. And it turns out it's something called Cutie Pox, which forces only appeared once. It forced every pony who got it to perform every talent that appeared on their bodies, and that seems to basically be what's happening. But there's no known cure because it disappeared just as mysteriously as it came. So, all right, they try to take her to Zecora's now, figuring that okay, maybe she'll have a cure for it. They just happen to also think of Zecora in this episode, but alright, but meanwhile, Apple Bloom also gets a French-speaking cutie mark and starts cursing in French. Sacre bleu! Notre marque de cutie, or whatever she says. My sister's speaking in fancy! And, okay, so they try to take her through town, but then now they just really go all in here. Apple Bloom starts getting new talent after new talent, fencing, chess, lion taming, accordion playing, just all, like, everything they could think of. They have Spike with a bucket of popcorn watching this, and he's got the right idea. It's just kind of, unlike that, just really big on visuals, and then, so, now getting Apple Bloom anywhere is out of the question, and everyone runs for it when they hear it's an incurable disease, so, okay, Apple Bloom is out of control, and then Zecora luckily just happens to show up looking for what happened to her missing flower and whatever it was. So, okay. Now, yeah, Apple Bloom, and finally the final step, another cutie mark appears, and she just turns into a pony tornado, spinning in circles, and yeah, Sharknado, eat your heart out. But, okay. Okay, so then Zecora reveals she does have a cure, the seeds of truth, but this is not very subtle metaphor. The truth will set you free. You have to plant them, and then someone has to tell the truth to get them to grow. So Apple Bloom, doesn't want to admit that, okay, she's just been a total fraud here. So as Applejack is yelling for someone to tell the truth, Pinkie Pie, sitting in her shop, tries confessing that she ate 3 times as many cakes or corn cakes as she said she did the other day, but that doesn't work. So, okay, eventually Apple Bloom gets tired of spinning in circles at however fast tornadoes spin, so she does confess she took the flower and, faked this whole thing, so the plant grows, she eats it, she goes back to normal, and we get our lesson on, not trying to force what wasn't meant to be, or at least before it was meant to be. And so, Twilight actually asks Apple Bloom to write a letter to the princess, even though I don't think Apple Bloom was on the list of ponies this princess asked, but whatever. So, that's fine. Cutie Mark Crusaders, they're main characters enough by this point, but, what was I going to say? So, basically, she also, though, her friends have been watching this the whole time. Thankfully, don't have to bring the bullies back to see their reaction, but, okay, so they, she apologizes to them, they're really not mad, though, they're just, I guess, glad she's okay, and then as they say, okay, good things come to those who wait, they then change their mind in just a few seconds, like, well, that was enough waiting, let's go crusade for our cutie marks, and just, run off into the sunset thinking that, hey, maybe Apple Bloom was onto something with her potion making, she sure whipped up something special that time, so, okay, and Zecora ninja vanishes, and, all is just as it was before, and that's great, so, okay, this episode, it does seem like the Crusaders are, learning basically the same lesson every time, or not, but, this was just a fine way to teach it to them, it was a great, little adventure for them, just like what happens to them as they crusade for their cutie marks, and I guess, part of this being the conflict does involve keeping them at the same place, but that kids do repeat the same stuff a lot, do insist on things that maybe aren't best for them, but it's just an adventure they want to have for now, so, that's fine, and it's, kind of, I guess, sweet with Apple Bloom and her friends and all that. Just looking to good things come to those who wait moral, so that's fine. But I mean, the real pleasure of this episode is just the visuals. They think of everything they can here. The hoop tricks, the plate tricks, they're not just impossible acrobatics that happen to have a hoop drawn in there. No, they really think of how she would use a hoop, just like the jumping through it, like the timing of when she jumps through it, or what she is doing it as she does it, or spinning it on her tail, which she does at some point, and so she can throw it for different purposes. Like at one point, she gives Twilight Rarity's haircut, so that was something there. But yeah, and otherwise, just everything they think of at the end, a great little experience. Very funny too, the comedy they throw in, the point where she randomly speaks French. So okay, just all in all, very fun episode, and not much more to say about it. But yeah, it was a good one. I mean, it's not like super special, and it's not trying to be. You know, it is what it is, and this time that's just a good episode. So okay, and that's yeah, all in all pretty good. I should say Zecora is good in this episode too. I mean, they figured out how they want to use her, and I mean, she gets the effect across pretty well. So okay, there's that, and otherwise, I mean, just fine work from everyone. Everyone else played good support as Apple Bloom just sort of spiraled out of control on screen. So okay, that's all in all. Yeah, not much more to say. Good episode. So anyway, the next one is May the Best Pet Win, which is the one that actually convinced me that this show could be worth it. The one that inspired this series. So we'll see how that goes. But anyway, take care, and see you next time.